Hello everyone, this is Raafat Zaini and welcome to the Ice Cream of Success podcast. Today's episode is titled Chubby. I want to thank you all for your positive interactions with the previous episode, Books and Sandwiches. It seems that it brought back fond memories of childhood characters. Some of you asked me specifically about my autistic son Man and how is he doing. And for that, I'm very grateful and touched by this show of care and sensitivity. Some broke their silence regarding their struggle as parents of children with special needs. It's fascinating how a small detail in a story could form an unexpected connection. That is incentive enough for me to continue sharing my story with fine detail. And now to today's episode, which picks from where we left off last time in Books and Sandwiches. Consumed by the joy of reading and eating, I did not notice my steady weight gain. When my mother had to tailor my pants to fit me, I blamed my short height for that. It wasn't until I had my picture taken for my 6th grade graduation certificate. And yes, 6th grade graduation was a big deal back then. I was dismayed by the look of my round cheeks and sunken eyes, that I accepted the truth about my chubbiness. Comments about my weight, accentuated by my short height, increased in school, but I didn't pay much attention to them until high school. One summer during high school, I traveled to the United States with my uncle's family. At the time, it was fashionable to wear tailored summer matching sets. They were short-sleeved, light-colored, and peppered with pockets. When I arrived in the US, I discovered the truth. People, especially in my high school age, don't wear custom-made summer suits. Instead, they wore jeans and graphic t-shirts. I also realized that white pants don't suit me as a chubby boy. I returned from the US with a pair of jeans and overworn t-shirts that summer. Just so you know, I wasn't so round as Cookie Monster, but I was definitely on my way there. I habitually carried snacks in my jeans pockets wherever I went. One pocket for sunflower seeds, the other was for bubble gum. I munched on while performing Boy Scouts activities. A scout leader oversaw our activities, from trying knots to building wooden structures. I considered this leader as a complete menace because of his cruel commentary and impossible expectations. I constantly snacked while working, so one day he stopped by my workbench and said, "Do you ever stop eating? Looks like you're going to expand horizontally rather than vertically." I don't need to remind you that I was already behind my peers in physical growth. My throat felt dry shut. I couldn't swallow the sunflower seed stuffing my mouth while the shell stuck onto my lips. My world turned upside down, and this marked the beginning of my journey to lose weight. I realized that I did not know much about dieting aside from my aunt's raving about the slimming effects of grapefruit and herbal tea, which did not reflect on her body weight whatsoever. I started eating grilled chicken breasts with olive oil and lemon over lettuce. I ran on the treadmill wearing a plastic training suit and ate my mother's delicious chicken with yogurt casserole. I was in top shape right before my second trip to the US, this time with the Boy Scouts. I could pull off wearing fashionable Michael Jackson pants and fabulous jackets too. Oh, and by the way, I became close friends with the mean Boy Scout leader. Since his comment, I developed an awareness of healthy weight control whenever my appetite grew out of control. I returned to grilled chicken with olive oil drizzled lettuce. Years passed by and I got married. I gained some weight, which escaped my notice since baggy pants were fashionable in the late 90s. When my children grew up and wanted a cool and trendy dad, I hopped back onto the dieting wagon. I learned about Atkins from my brother-in-law, whose transformational weight loss took me by surprise. I exerted total control over my cravings for carbohydrates, born out of love for sandwiches, as you know, pasta and rice. I succumbed to my cravings only for Rachel's Ray spaghetti and meatballs. I continued down this path of weight tracking, swinging between comfort and distress based on how I fit into my pants and button-up shirts. I tried and left behind quick weight loss methods. My attention shifted to the health consequences of weight gain when I had severe stomach ulcer pain on a plane. I'm now driven by my health reasons more than appearance. I started drinking more water to stay hydrated, and I started also my day with boiled water with apple cider vinegar. I was recently blessed by being introduced to intermittent fasting. I was cutting out snacks and extending the time between meals, which incredibly soothed my stomach. I take break from fasting during the weekends, for my mother's food is simply irresistible. Being home brings out the chubby boy in me. Most importantly, I believe that caring about my health and nutrition extends beyond my well-being to my family. I want to remain healthy and fit to enjoy life with them. I wouldn't want them to be burdened with concerns over my health. It also makes me control my whims and desires. What I gained from this experience is the importance of listening to shocking truth that might feel hurtful in the moment, but beneficial as well. This is an important life lesson. Before I conclude, I'd like to say that my story is not to say that being slim is better than being thick or chubby. As Oprah says, everyone has the freedom to choose as they please as long as they stay healthy. By the way, I'm neither a nutritionist nor a medical doctor or a healer. This is merely my personal experience. You should find what works best for you. Try different methods and listen to your mind, body, and soul's response. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.